Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jong.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey.
Gentlemen, it's here. Next generation.
Of gaming?
No, Degrassi, you know that TV show, Next Generation? Yeah.
Oh, no way!
It's finally it's on Netflix, I think. No.
Oh, really?
If it is, that's a coincidence, but in reality, console next gen, the prices are out. The Xbox pre-orders aren't up, but half the pre-orders are up.
Mm-hmm.
The release dates have been set.
Nothing can possibly go wrong at this point. Everything's going to be smooth sailing from here.
Everybody's going to get their PlayStation 5, no questions asked.
What about their Xboxes, though?
Give you a rain check on that one.
Oh, we gotta wait for the pre-orders first. Okay, okay, I see how it is. So, we are gonna be talking a lot about next gen this episode, but we will do a quick, what have you been playing?
Tristan, you get to go first.
Congratulations.
Still been playing Fall Guys. They had a mid-season update earlier this week. There's variation on the maps that make it a little bit challenging. Slime Climb, Masters Only map. I have died on that so many times after the update. They have made that much harder. Harder than it...
Grandmasters Only.
Grandmasters Only. Do you know how hard it is? If you get pushed off the first platform, which happened to me, you just, like, the goop rises so fast that you just instantly get eliminated.
Oh, dude, the goop rose too slow, though. Right, I feel like you could fall off 3 times, and you'd still be fine.
Anyways, been struggling at that. I've also been joining the Among Us fad. Been playing in different groups. Lots of yelling. It's basically turned into, hey, Tristan's talking too much, let's vote him off. Or, hey, Tristan's talking too little, let's vote him off. So there's not really an out.
I'm gonna be honest, if I was playing with you, that would be my strategy as well. There are some people, right, where you play those types of games, and you don't know if they're, the it person or not. But you're just gonna vote for them because you would rather lose than see them win as the imposter. That's my strategy. So I would rather just vote Tristan as the imposter, and if he wasn't, I would rather just kill off one of my own than see him win as imposter.
I would like to understand this phenomenon because no matter what group I'm playing in, this seems to be a consistent theme.
Maybe it's your person. It's the personality of the person, man. Just
too chaotic?
Yeah, what are you insinuating?
There are people, okay, when in my friend group, it's a friend of mine who's really good at these types of games, right? He's really manipulative. And he's also someone, when he wins, he gloats a lot. So you would rather just, kill them, and if they're the imposter, then they lose and you all win and they're sad. And if they're on your side, it's like, whatever. Better kill them off than risk having them win. Essentially, they're just another imposter, even if they're not an imposter.
Third imposter, as they call Ninja.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I've been playing.
No League of Legends?
Oh, no, that's a consistent...
That's a given.
Yeah. I don't even bring it up anymore.
Okay. Alex, quick.
I have to bring up my consistent one. It's, for the last 9 days, almost non-stop Final Fantasy 14. I'm going for the Diadem seasonal ranking, and it's just an absolute grind of... I have so many mantas at this point, just stacks upon stacks. Probably caught 3,000 at this point. Probably more than that, honestly.
To provide some context, there's a leaderboard for, gathering jobs, and one of those jobs is fishing. Alex loves fishing in this game.
Yep, so I figured as a meme, I'd just start doing it, on the first or second day, and then I realized, wow, this is actually possible. So then I just gave up all free time to just fish all day. Every single waking hour.
Could you bot fishing? Because I've heard, and I've seen that there's a person that, on the minor rankings, has a bot, and they're top 12 on 4 different worlds, because they have a bot.
I haven't heard that particular case, but I know there are definitely botanists and miners who obviously are using bots because they get stuck in place sometimes.
Could you fish as with a bot? You think?
I don't think the fishing bots work correctly in Diadem.
Okay, see, perfect.
So,
you chose the perfect one then.
So yeah, I would say fishing's a lot more easy to compete in. I would say botanist and miner, it's almost completely just putting in 1 billion hours. You have to be awake every single hour of the day and just to stay ahead. And if you fall behind, you're done. But for Fisher, I think there's a particular amount of luck, but then there's also just, be able to use your gathering points efficiently to chain your skills correctly and things like that.
I've got a new idea. Tristan, code up a fishing bot in Final Fantasy XIV, and we're going to do something called Man versus Machine. Where it's Alex versus your bot. 72 hours. Whoever has the most points wins a Crunchwrap Supreme and a Baja Blast from Taco.
First to 69 points.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If someone reaches that first, then we cut it off early.
Yeah, that was an important break point on the leaderboards, was the 696969. A very nice place to stop for a moment.
Nice.
Of rest.
All right.
That's literally all I had time to play. So.
I have also been playing Final Fantasy as well, because there's nothing... Actually, no, wait, what did... Well, okay. No, yeah, that was more than 2 weeks ago. No, I've been playing Final Fantasy. I've been playing my old character. But not even next, in like 2 days, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm going to be on that. I'm going to be playing probably Galaxy first, because it's my favorite, but then I'll play Sunshine.
Your limited time release title?
Hey, I got it forever now, man.
You should have made it a limited gameplay release. Like, in March, it just goes back into the Nintendo vault, and you can't even play it.
People banging at the doors. Mm-hmm. Reggie in his retirement...
laughing.
Freaking mansion, just...
Yeah, if you wanted to complete them, you should have been more excited about playing them.
Exactly. We haven't talked about that yet. I realize I didn't put that in our agenda, but that's kind of weird.
Want to do a little tangent?
All right, a little tangent before next gen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about old gen, very old gen, before we talk about next gen. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, a package with 3 Nintendo games. Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy coming to Nintendo Switch starting September 18th, 2020. That game will only be available until March. Is it 31st?
Some point in March.
Some point in March 2021. You will not be able to buy that game online on the digital eShop or physically, which I assume stores won't just yank it off their shelves, I assume, on that day, but they won't be restocking after that day.
It expires, so you gotta go dig around their trash afterwards.
Exactly. It's past the Best Buy date. So that's kind of weird.
I don't know why you would ever do that strategy for a digital title. It's just asinine to me that they'd even consider that as a valid strategy.
The only rumor I've seen, which is kind of scummy, is that they're going to start up a virtual console next year in anticipation of the rumors of the new Switch model coming out. They're going to do a big online update for Nintendo Switch Online, and they're going to release virtual console, and they're going to sell them individually.
That's also lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no good way to paint that. I can't make it positive.
I mean, the good thing would be virtual console for other games. The bad thing would be these 3 games in particular.
Well, yeah, but you wonder why virtual console's even absent in the first place for this console.
Because they want to sell Nintendo Switch Online, because no one else would buy the online service.
Yeah, I guess that's true enough, yeah. Because it's just so far behind. But yeah.
Tristan, you sounded like you had some stuff to say.
Oh, I was just basically gonna +1 the fact that this is so lame. And I don't even understand the digital aspect. It's sure, the physical copies are collector's editions. I have the Kirby one. I have the Wii Mario one that they made. They're nice to have on the shelf, blah, blah, blah. But if I just want to play the game, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's so in 10 years, someone's guy's like, Tristan, what are you playing over there? And you're like, just playing Mario Sunshine on my Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And they're like, man, I wish I bought that game when it came out, but it's locked in the vault.
Yeah, it's like, those when people were selling the PS4s with PT installed on it? That's
Oh,
basically
yeah,
what this is
yeah.
going to be.
What's PT?
The playable teaser for Silent Hills.
The Silent Hills demo that Kojima made, and then like they pulled it off of their store, and there was this like huge controversy, and like, oh my god, I need to get a system with PT installed on it. It was like this whole thing.
Interesting. So people are going to be like selling their Switches now. They'll be like, it's got 3D All-Stars on it and $500.
Mm-hmm.
The Beanie Baby of Switch models.
That means if I buy it on this Switch, if I get the new Switch model, ba-boom.
Ooh, easy money.
Easy money. Just pay for the new model.
Prince itself.
Oh
Go out
my
and buy
God.
all the Wii's right now and buy the Mario collection.
And then I'll buy a physical copy too. So then who even needs the... You know what's funny though? I was like, is if you have a physical copy and you lose it, that's awkward. If you lose it after March.
I mean, isn't that with anything in life?
Yeah. It's always kind of
but
awkward.
I mean, like, you can just buy it again in real life for some
Look
things.
at this guy.
It's this guy with his just disposable money bags.
Buy things?
Look at
He's
this.
just like, oh,
I have a swimming pool in a swimming pool.
Dropped it in the sewer. Guess I'll just buy another Rolex.
Oops, lost my house.
Oops. let me just snag that one up over there.
Yeah, I guess I'll live my summer home for a while.
I do love living on the boardwalk, but I would like Park Place as well. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready? Put on your next gen helmets, guys.
Oh, I'm putting on my sunglasses. Just
Oh yeah.
Put on your pants, put on your jackets.
they're all on.
We're lifting off in 3, 2.
Please make sure your
One.
hands and feet are inside the vehicle at all. You gotta do the
Yes.
whole bit if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Hands
Exits-
and feet in the thing. Tray tables.
Exits are marked to your left and right.
Yeah.
Maybe behind you.
Life jackets are under your seat. You know,
Yeah, put on your
oxygen
own mask
masks.
before. Yeah,
DLC
yeah.
masks
Yeah.
might come from the sky. If they do, make sure to give it to the people sitting next, or put on yourself before you help others. All that stuff. Okay.
It's here. It's
Well,
here.
we're going
here.
back. I'm not going to make the noise, but we're back in next gen. Can't go back. 2020 is here. We're going to start off first. Talk about the last PlayStation 5 showcase, about what it's all about, guys. The games.
The games, the hardware, the lies, the
The
deceit.
lies. I don't remember Todd being there.
Yeah, I don't remember a Bethesda game.
Well, we'll get to it. I'll explain why it's a lie later.
All right.
But-
Let's start off hot. We're just going to go in order.
Yeah, they started
Final
with GTA
Fantasy.
5, right? Oh,
No, not that one. Final Fantasy 16.
I was surprised to see this as their first title coming out. I know there were big rumors that 16 was coming, but I was pretty skeptical that 16 would even show up. But then they played as the premiere game. I gotta say, go ahead, Albert.
No. Yeah. I was gonna say it was the show starter, man.
Yeah, I think that definitely set it on a good note overall. Because when I was initially seeing it, I was getting a lot of vibes of FF15, which was not a good thing. But then as I went back and rewatched it a couple times, I'm feeling better about it. And I think the large part is just like the art style they've chosen to do, kind of the aesthetic of the world. They've gone back to a much more fantasy setting. And it really shows it. It's very reminiscent of like Final Fantasy IX to me, which was in itself kind of throwback to like 6 and before.
What about 11?
11? Yeah, it had a similar aesthetic as well.
Okay.
But yeah, and yeah, of course, a great music score was in the trailer. I remember that. And yeah, we got the director and producer. The names have been dropped outside in a press release.
I think this time though, I think Yoshida-san knew beforehand. This was no
He wasn't eating
Nomura.
an eel rice bowl, and he like drops his chopsticks.
and he's like, that's
like,
me.
wait, who's
That's
the
me.
director? And no, Yoshida is not even the director of this game. It's Hiroshi Takai, who's been the assistant director for since A Realm Reborn, and then he's been Heaven's Word and Stormblood's assistant director. And then
Who was the assistant director for the last one then?
I actually didn't see one listed. So I actually went back and looked at the Shadowbringer's credits just to see if he was in there at all. And he's actually listed as the final person in the special thanks section. So, no, well, it kind of makes sense.
It might be because he's been working on this.
Yeah, right after Hiroshi Takai's name comes up in special thanks, it goes assistant producer, production manager, production executive, and producer director Naoki Yoshida. So he's basically the top dog right before all the biggest names of the game. So I think they did him good on the special thanks. But yeah, so he's going to be the director of this title, and other than assistant director for the 14 titles, he's done The Last Remnant as director, actually, which is a bit divisive as a Square Enix title, but I can see it, how it kind of works well with this potential 16 title in its fantasy setting, because Last Remnant definitely had a very similar kind of setting, I feel, comparing it. So yeah.
What do you think about the setting, Tristan?
You know, maybe it's due to the environment that I saw the trailer in, hopefully. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go into details.
Are you in the bathroom? Let me know.
No. I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
It was on a muted stream. It was like super tiny on my monitor. And I was like, this reminds me of FF15. The game doesn't look that great. The combat looks clunky. Why are all these children? What is going on? Honestly, it was one of the most disappointing showings at the entire event, I think.
That's what you still think?
Take.
That's what you still think? Oh.
I need to go back and watch it. I mean, number one...
Mm-hmm. I was reading your comments, Tristan, as it was going, and I was like, the man is entitled to his opinions, but
he's wrong.
But I disagree. No, you can have your own opinions. I was like, the combat looks kind of fun.
It looks very similar to 15.
Yeah, I agreed with that. But at the same time, was 15 a bad-looking game? I think
this looks worse than 15.
It works worse than 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly on about the same level as 15 in terms of graphics quality right now.
I think I've been playing too much 14 that everything just looks better than 14.
Right, yeah.
And honestly, I was complaining in 3 Discord servers as I was watching the trailer, and everybody thinks I'm crazy.
Oh yeah, I talked with a bunch of coworkers, and they are all excited. And then I said, my friend says it doesn't look that good, and he's like, yeah, it looks like 15, but it's not like 15 looked like a bad game.
Now I do... Sorry.
Tristan's saving us all right now,
yeah,
by the way.
No, exactly. Now, am I doing this on purpose to save us from disappointment? So I don't curse it? Or is this
real? Martyr.
Take your pick.
I could definitely understand it. Like, the first half of the trailer, I definitely feel looks very 15-esque in terms of how the character's moving around, kind of teleporting, doing these weird dodges and spells and things like that. I could definitely get that. And then towards the second half, it actually looks almost completely like I was starting to think, is this just Devil May Cry?
Dude, did you guys see that kid in the trailer who got, the dude got slashed and his
face
just got covered in blood?
Yeah, just literal blood in this game, apparently. So yeah, I'm expecting it might be a rated M game.
Ooh, I'd like that.
Anyways, I'll go back and watch it. I'll do the trailer justice. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, listeners or viewers or whatever you are. Honestly, was not excited.
Man.
The moment helping us out.
The moment they showed the Dragoon jump in, I was just like, all right, I'm sold.
I'm in. Yeah. I was in. I was
all
in.
Right.
For me, it was when I started seeing the primals, I was like, dude, this is awesome. Is it going to be like some, I don't know, like some Naruto thing where every tribe of people has their own big, kind of like in 14 as well, where it's every zone has a big primal.
Mm-hmm.
They're baking a lot on the primals, which is cool because 14 kind of does a lot of that stuff, and the fact that the team that's building this, right, Business Division 3 did 14, it's like a dream come true for me right now.
Yeah, I definitely can see a lot of parallels between kind of the setting premise, at least, between 14 and 16.
Did 15 have jobs in it explicitly?
No.
What if this game... Would you guys want this game to bring back jobs in a single-player game or not?
I don't think it would hurt. 15 had so many of its RPG elements removed that it was just kind of like an action game.
I feel like it could happen because Yoshida-san said, last year when he denied that he had any involvement to do with any future Final Fantasy 16 game, which, obviously he couldn't say.
There's one lie over there, huh?
Exactly. Is that what you're talking about, liars?
No, I got more lies. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. But he was saying he wanted to, if he were to do it, he would want to go back to a fantasy setting and sort of go back to the roots of what Final Fantasy was. So maybe he'll move it more back in the RPG direction.
Yeah, maybe in terms of the actual RPG stat systems and stuff. But yeah, I think you dug up the information a while back that Square Enix had gone the combat director for the Devil May Cry 5, who had worked on that game.
Mm-hmm. And he's definitely working on this.
There's so many similarities watching the trailer again in some of the action combat scenes. Yeah, absolutely. There's inspiration there from Devil May Cry.
Dude, I just saw that part.
What?
I saw that fart in the trailer. I saw it. No, I saw the part in the trailer where he had the fist coming out. I was like, oh, dude. Right.
Yeah, and that was the wing come out and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, if that's the monk job or something, oh man.
It's like a total, combo system that's out of a a character action game like Devil May Cry or something like that.
Yeah, dude. Injected into my veins.
Yeah, so I'm a lot more excited than I initially felt seeing it the first time as part of the conference as a whole.
I'm going to say right now, let down. If Bahamut is the enemy of this game, I'm going to be let down. If he's the final boss, I'm going to be let down. Yeah,
that'd suck a little bit if it was just whatever big bad ends up being Bahamut. I think they could do something. I don't know. I'm open to whatever they do. I want to see more of what the world they're building is.
All right. Tristan, did you want to finalize your hatred of this game?
I don't hate it. I'm just not
interested. Know. I read those Discord comments and you were like, this looks bad. This doesn't look fun.
It looks bad.
Boring.
I don't know. In my eyes,
that sounds like
combat
hatred
doesn't
for
look
a
interesting.
Game.
The combat doesn't look interesting. If it's like Devil May Cry but RPG at the same time, how's that even gonna work?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll listen to the trailer to see what the story's actually about. I've been seeing a lot of comments about the story.
A lot of crystal talk.
Yeah, a lot of crystal talks happening.
Yeah, the mother crystal. Yeah.
I will just point to one tweet that I copy pasted in our server today about bro getting excited about Final Fantasy 16, woke getting excited about whatever FF14 is going to do as a crossover event. There you go.
Crossover event is we are now porting Final Fantasy into Final Fantasy 16's game engine. Welcome to the real crossover.
I did hear they're looking at bringing FF14 to PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but I think they officially announced it.
That'd be interesting.
Right. We're going to roll on because we've got a lot more stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about Spider-Man next. We had a story trailer / gameplay trailer all in one. And it's going to cost, randomly, $50 instead of $60. So apparently next gen is getting cheaper or something like that.
I saw some information saying that next gen games are going to be between $50 to $80, and developers or publishers get to have their pick.
Mm-hmm.
For PlayStation?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. AKA you're telling me Call of Duty is going to cost $80.
Oh yeah, for standard edition or the starter edition
only. Yeah.
For the compressed version of the game, which only takes up 80 gigabytes of hard drive space, it's $80.
They're actually going to have to sell a different version of the hardware. It's going to be PS5 Call of Duty edition that comes with the pre-installed. That's the only game you're allowed to play on it.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be its own sole SSD.
It's like a USB drive plugged into the front of it.
Season pass is just going to be another SSD.
Another PS4. It's at the arcade where you have to hook them up together.
Yeah. I was going to say, Alex, that only works for Xbox, because Xbox has that port on the back that you can plug in a hard drive to, but PS5 doesn't have that.
That's true. You only have one USB port or something. Yeah. You're going to struggle.
I don't know, man. Back to Spider-Man. We've made it clear on the past, Spider-Man's a cool game, but none of us really care that much about it.
Yeah, it looked like more of the Spider-Man game that had come out previously in the last year and a half or so.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those, if you loved it then, you're gonna love this one and have fun with it. Alright. Ooh, this next one's spicy.
Are we at Friday nights? Or
Oh
five
no, we're
nights?
at Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know what this, there was no gameplay, so we don't know if it's I assume it's third person, not first person, but the Harry Potter Next Gen RPG by new studio Portkey something? Production Studio? Something like that.
I think it's Portkey Studio.
Portkey Studio, yeah. So they're a new studio focused on only making Harry Potter games. At least I assume, supposing it's a reference to Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. And we saw a leak of this, and we talked about this leak about a year ago, and no news has come out, and then just whammo! This game. And it's coming, it's not, so let me backtrack. So, Final Fantasy 16, PS4 console exclusive. There's some weird wishy-washy thing where Tristan posted that one version of the trailer said it was coming to PC and another one said it wasn't coming to PC, so no one really knows. I don't know if you found any more information on that, Tristan.
Wait, what? What was I looking up?
And I don't know if you were looking it up specifically, but if whether Final Fantasy 16 was coming to PC or not, because it was wishy-washy.
Oh, I don't think it's been confirmed yet. I think, like, there were two different versions of the trailer, like one on YouTube, one at the stream. The one on the stream said, will be coming to PC. The one on YouTube didn't say that. But then when they reached out to Sony did like we cannot verify or, whatever. They couldn't confirm nor deny.
Mm-hmm. At this time, yeah.
Random bet. Do we think it's a simultaneous launch? Or do we think it's going to be a PS4 like 6-month exclusive or something like that?
Oh, at least a year.
At least a year?
They're going to hold on to it. They'll want to have that game as their big seller.
I like it. Alright, back to Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but I don't know why I'm so hyped for this game. It's literally like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like Witcher. It reminded me of The Witcher a little bit.
It's like you're really Harry Potter.
Except you're not. I can make a character named like Alex.
You could.
I could like drink a polyjuice portion and turn into a cat girl.
What? All right. I like the sound of that.
See, look at the possibilities.
All right, I could be Potions Master. I like that kind of role.
Tristan, would you be Professor against Defense Against the Dark Arts?
No, that's like the worst job security.
No, that hasn't happened yet, though. That's like 200 years later.
Well, how did Quirrell even show up, huh? Answer me that.
Riddle me this.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about this game? I need to hear some thoughts here.
Well, there's no gameplay. It looks very nice. I don't know why I'm going back to this. Maybe it's because every time Next Gen shows up, all they're talking about are polygons, the
ray
hair,
tracing,
the ray tracing, the reflections.
There was none of that in any of these. None of that talk, really.
But this game actually looked nice.
It did.
Yeah. And it probably helped that it followed up Final Fantasy 16, which did look dated in terms of
it followed up Spider-Man. This one followed up Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think after Final Fantasy, everything looks really good in comparison.
What about Five Nights at Freddy's? We'll get to that later.
Yeah, well, we're getting there.
You guys have any thoughts? No?
No,
this one was a big one. I was like, what the heck, man? This one came out of nowhere.
It's hard to make too many. I mean, I played the old PC version of Sorcerer's Stone back in the day. That was a fun game. I don't think it's going to be anything like this game.
Okay.
So yeah, this will probably be cool in the Harry Potter universe. That's really all I can say.
That's fine. That's
so little to go off of.
Alrighty. We're moving on. Our favorite game, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the longest game title in history.
Yep, and they were just kind of driving a Jeep at a plane, driving an
RC
car, blew it up, and somehow the left engine went out, and then they ran into stuff, and then it ended.
And then Alpha is now coming.
Yeah, and Alpha is coming out in like a week or something.
Friday.
Okay, less than a week, just a couple days.
18th. Tristan, do you like Call of Duty?
I do. I'm the resident. What was I? The relatable gamer.
You're the relatable gamer.
Looks exciting. The only thing I was really confused about is when they were chasing down the airplane on the runway, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the agents took out an RC car to like chase the airplane, and it was faster than the cars that they were in. I don't know if that's like physically possible.
Yeah,
all right, let's calculate the acceleration. We need to calculate the coefficient of friction. Find out how fast.
Maybe the Duracells were just better back in the 80s.
They got bigger button. No, they use Energizer. They got big bunnies powering them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah, it was standard like Hollywood Call of Duty stuff. It was a thing.
It was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why they put it in here, but
yeah, there was absolutely no surprise to what they showed.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Not a launch title.
Not a launch title. Well, wait, really? I didn't see that.
No, I don't think so.
When is this game coming out? I don't even know when this game is normally coming out.
What's it called? Cold War?
Black Ops Cold War.
Black Ops Cold War.
No release date yet.
This is late 2020.
I don't think it was part of the lineup. Did they like update their launch lineup?
I've got that later. Don't worry, I've got that later. Well, not yeah. Yep. So we are on RE8. What is the name of it?
Village.
Resident
It's Village.
Evil.
Okay, so there's no 8. The word 8 does not exist. Well,
there's kind of 8
it's
there.
in there, but when you say the actual title, you don't say 8.
It's only stylized in there for the people who are in.
It's turned into Total War naming scheme, where it's name of game, game series. Village, Resident Evil. Got a trailer for that. I'm not a big Resident Evil guy, so you guys talk about it.
Okay. I'm liking the setting that they're portraying here, and there was some weird psychological stuff they're showing as well, kind of more in line with like the newer Resident Evil 7 stuff. But yeah, it was very reminiscent of like RE4 to me in terms of the setting. When you got like village zombie parasitic dudes, whatever they're gonna end up being, weird cult stuff, and you're just wandering around trying to find something.
Yeah. You got Leon in it, right? But we already knew that, so that wasn't a huge thing.
And Chris! But we knew about Chris too. So.
That's true, yeah. Mm-hmm. And is that a new merchant or is that the same merchant? I couldn't tell.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, they kind of teased the old RE4 merchant at the end of the trailer, so he might be making a return in some fashion.
Nice. I think this is just like one of those, hey, it's another good RE game coming out.
Yeah, I think so.
And BTW Silent Hill is still never coming out.
Yeah. PT's all you can.
Yeah. Tristan, any thoughts on RE?
Same level of excitement as before. I did dig up the press release email that I got from Capcom. The official title is Resident Evil TM Village. So,
okay.
No, it changes by the day.
Yeah, no 8. It's in the logo. Maybe you say stylized. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's better than Chorves.
Better than Chorves.
Or Dunk.
Or Dunk.
I feel like this is one of those games where I actually prefer having kind of an extended gameplay session video type of thing. The trailer's fun. The trailer's exciting. I don't remember if they did, but I think I would prefer to get a little bit more gameplay video rather than this kind of like cinematic Hollywood style.
Yeah, this was very much like a almost cinematic. Yeah.
And this one, has a 2021 date, right? Who knows if that's even going to stick? So this one could still be a whole year out at this point. So we'll have to wait a little more probably till we get one of those. To a game that we've seen a lot of times with gameplay, and I still don't know what it is. We have Deathloop, Tristan's excited game, which we should be worried about.
It's still looking pretty good to me, honestly. I like it too.
Some of the gunplay I saw on this latest trailer had me less excited.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of turned you off from it?
It reminded me a little bit of like like let's see. When I think of Arcane, I think of like cool skills and abilities like Dishonored, right? And this one just looked like, oh, you have the gun is cool, but it's like, oh, you load nails into a gun and you shoot it. And oh, you have a shotgun and you shoot it. And it's like, well, I mean, maybe I need to watch it again. But this one, the premise seemed cool on the other ones, and we still haven't seen exactly. I mean, they tried to explain it in words because Tristan wasn't listening to the audio, but there's a narrator on this trailer, and he was kind of talking about like time loops and like trying to catch. It's like Hitman-esque, right? As we already know, but we were all like, is there a second player, right, that you're fighting against? And we still don't know what's going on with that. So I don't know. I'm still interested on the premise, but the gunplay didn't excite me as much this time around.
Well, I'm pretty excited because it looked pretty fun, pretty fast paced, like kind of like Bulletstorm back in the day. Kind of obscure maybe as a reference, but yeah, just looks like a fast paced shooter. There's like dashes and kind of abilities you'd expect from like the latest Doom 2016 and previous year's title. So,
you mean Eternal?
Yeah, Eternal.
Okay.
I was trying to remember what the...
He said Doom 2016 in previous title. I was like, Doom 3?
Mm-hmm. No, Eternal. But yeah, I think this will do pretty well. But yeah, we just need to actually... I guess, it's still a little up in the air what the objective is. I think you're supposed to, like, get identified high-value targets, but otherwise, I think it just kind of looks like Dishonored, but you're allowed to shoot people without consequence.
I like it. Tristan?
No, I mean, same excitement level as before. I need to go back and rewatch it. I saw some glimpses of very Bioshock-like abilities. I think that was the reason I left those comments in the server earlier.
There was a little bit. There was a little bit of that. I misspoke a little earlier when I said it was like super generic. There is some like power stuff, but like Dishonored, you could do some crazy stuff in that game.
I mean, wait, did they confirm if it's single player or multiplayer or anything like that?
I couldn't tell. It's
okay,
still up in the air.
Because if it's like Dishonored and they have the same amount of abilities and crazy stuff that you can do, I feel like it's almost impossible to play.
Yeah. Exactly. They would have to tone it down.
Yeah.
All right. This is the Alex segment now, where DMC5 got a little teaser special edition, so I'll give you 1 minute to talk about that.
Alright, so yeah, they opened it up with something I didn't expect at all. DMC5 is getting a special edition, and it, of course, opened with the best boy, Virgil, the Katana Man. So yeah, they showed off a lot of gameplay of him slashing up things, doing his signature style, and then ended it in a very particular way, which looked a lot like how they did the initial announcement trailer for the original DMC5 back in the day at the Xbox conference.
A little throwback.
Yeah. Which makes me believe that this isn't all for the special edition.
Ooh. But it's coming out on launch day, so they gotta announce something soon.
Yeah, there's gonna be 2 additional characters, I think, as either DLC or actually released. So,
hot take?
Yeah. Trish and Lady are going to be playable, I think.
Put it down in the book of hot takes.
Yeah. Because in the same way, the cover art becomes Dante, Nero, and V. It's going to be Trish, Virgil, and Lady on the cover.
I like the hot takes. I like it. We need more of those around here, Alec.
Yeah, I'm all about the hot take.
Tristan's got some hot takes, too. But
yeah,
on this game,
not on this game. No, in general, especially his love of excitement for things. But anyways, moving on. Last game to be shown.
Gang.
Demon Souls remastered remake.
Just
pass.
Yeah,
pass.
I mean, unless you guys have. I don't know.
It looks good. Excited? I was gonna just say it looks really good.
Yeah,
like visually.
I'll say as a FromSoft. Well, it's not even a FromSoft title, but
Bluepoint.
It's Bluepoint. It looks very pretty. It's the most beautiful Demon Souls game you've ever seen. But other than that, it's definitely Demon Souls. So
If you like Demon Souls back then,
it looks like every other Dark Souls game.
It's essentially Blue Point's amazing at doing remakes.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want more Souls game, you're getting more Souls game.
I like it. But what if I want Knack 3, Alex?
That hasn't been announced yet. They're going to need to announce it soon, though. Otherwise, launch, it's going to be shifty.
I need a Tristan Jung hot take on when Knack 3 is coming out.
Realistically or as a joke?
Both.
I think realistically, it's a 2021 title. You can't, you gotta let the console breathe a little bit. You can't just drop Knack 3.
Oh, yeah. You can't drop your system seller right away.
Yeah, you saw the pre-orders today. If Knack 3 was announced on top of that, internet would go down. Not just Best Buy, not GameStop, the entire internet. So 2021 is my realistic guess.
Okay. I like it. We will talk about the last game before we get to the price. We just had a teaser for God of War Ragnarok. No gameplay, no anything. A classic,
logo.
A little Vince Zampella flashback with just a logo. Mm-hmm. Except this time there wasn't a Sony Santa Monica dev in the room where the camera pans to him as a logo appears. And he's like, yeah, it's a game. And
you get to play as Kratos, probably.
In 2021, that's, I guess, the only other news is pretty hot off the heels of the last one, which was 2018, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're reusing assets and engines and all that, so.
And then, making it like 60 FPS. Actually, I heard the other one was was that? Okay, on PS4, it was between 40 to 50, so it wasn't a full 60 FPS, but this one will probably go like 4K 60, right? Even if they're on the same engine.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Alrighty. Let's talk about our next-gen consoles together. We have, starting off with Xbox, because they announced it first, so they'll go first in this podcast too. The Xbox Series X at $499, launching on September 10th, or November 10th, not September. It launched 6 days ago, guys. We missed, we went a little too far back in the time warp, in the death loop. And then Xbox Series S, $299, and the difference between the two is essentially the S will be a powered down version of the X, so I think they said it's aimed at doing 1080p 60 FPS gaming, while the X is 4K 60 FPS. And then did the S have a disk drive in it? I forget that detail.
No, it does not.
Okay, so only digital as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to push the Game Pass, right, with the S, I think, is the strategy.
Yeah, they took out the disk drive and put in an air purifier instead.
I heard it was a speaker.
One or the other.
I've heard the four consoles we have the Series X, which is the fridge. Uh-huh. We've got the PS5, which is the router. We've got your Switch, which is the toaster, and the S, which is the speaker.
Ah, I see. Oh, you put them all together and you got a nice little...
You got a little gamer setup. Yeah.
Absolute unit.
Yeah. All right. And then moving on to PS5, we have the normal PS5, $499, same price as the Series X. We have the PS5 discless or digital edition, which is $399. And reminder, they didn't talk anything about bigger hard drive on the digital edition, did they? I haven't heard anything. And remember, the PS5 hard drive is 800 gigabytes. It's not a terabyte. It's 800 gigabytes. So be wary of that if they don't add a way to expand drives, or if there is a bigger drive on the digital edition, then we don't know anything. But those are the prices. We'll say right now, Tristan and I have already pre-ordered a PS5. Tristan has pre-ordered multiple ones, I think.
My bank starts calling me, "Sir, is everything okay?"
Mm-hmm.
No, Sony's gonna call you up and say, "Sir, we see you have 9 PS5 orders in your name. We're gonna have to cancel 8 of them."
I got a big family.
I'm all in. That's his response.
Yeah, I'm all in.
All in size 72 font in that reply email. So, I think in personal decision, and I'll let you guys chime in, winners or losers, I think they're both strong they're like, you know, how important is a console launch in the first 2 months, right? You know, debatable. But I think like the 1 year outlook for both these consoles is pretty strong. And I think they both have their own, you know, segment that they're targeting and like marketing strategy. I'll let you guys go on to that before and after you do that, I'm going to do a little recap on like what are the launch titles for each console and sort of what's coming down the pipeline, hopefully in the next year and a half for these two consoles.
My thinking after, you know, how many hours? 5 hours? 6 hours? Of thinking is that if you're a diehard Sony or Microsoft fanboy, you'll just go with the, you know, Series X, right? Or the PS5, whichever version. I don't think you're going to change anyone's minds there. I think if you're a casual gamer and you're kind of on the fence, right? You don't really care if you won't get Halo or FF16 or whatever. I think Sony kind of wins a little bit because the digital version of the PS5 is the same spec, but cheaper than the Series X.
Oh yeah, that's a great deal.
Yeah. That's definitely a huge edge. And yeah, there'll probably be some disappointed kids at Christmas that get a Series S. I hate the titles of the Xbox.
I don't know if that's disappointing per se, right? If you don't own a 4K TV, right?
Yeah, to an extent, but I mean, there's other weird things about how like the backwards compatibility and stuff's going to work differently and things like that. So it's all over the place in terms of
as long as you got that subscription to Game Pass, you're good to go, Alex.
You can play it on whatever fridge or toaster you got. But
and this is Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I agree with Alex. That's what I don't like about the Series X and the Series S. You're right. This is awful. I hate combo.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I hate it.
Oh my god. Okay, so like Sony, great marketing. It looks roughly the same. It does the same thing. It just doesn't have a disk drive. Microsoft, It looks different. They do different things. It's really hard to look up what the differences are. And I think this is going to lead to like the whole Wii versus Wii U situation of, you know, Timmy wanted an Xbox. Mommy gets the speaker instead of the fridge. Timmy's like, where am I going to put my Red Bull, Monster Energy drink now?
The worst thing, you know, the real, see, I don't see that being a huge issue. The one scenario I do see thinking, right? Mommy picks up the speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And says, hey, Timmy, you know, I couldn't get you the fridge, but I got you 4 of your favorite games. Here's the disc boxes for them. Yeah. And it's like, oh no. There's no disc drive on this thing.
That's a good one. That's more realistic.
That's totally gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Or grandma, right? Hey, Tristan, the relatable gamer, my grandson. I know you really like Call of Duty, so here you go. I got the newest one. And she hands you a physical copy.
Yeah, Steelbook. I know you love Steelbooks. I got you the Steelbook.
Yeah. The hardened Cold War, case-hardened Cold Steel War.
Costs edition. As much as the Series X.
Exactly.
Comes with a little RC car.
Yeah, it comes with the RC car, some dog tags, all that. Yeah. And I think it's going to happen with both, like in terms of people being like, what, the discless version? Because that's like a new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I feel there's a lot less ambiguity with the PlayStation 5 modeling scheme. It just makes it so much simpler to figure out what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I do think, though, that, you know, Microsoft, you know, once you get past the what's on what, you know, it's a big drop in price. It's $200 cheaper. That's a big deal, right? So if you know what you're getting and like the S suits you, what you're looking for, that's a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know, you go to that's why I'm saying, like, they all fit their own little slots, right, in the market, right? Like, PS4 digital is like $400, you're in next gen, right? You can't say that about the S. But the S is also, you know, you can't play it at 4K, but $300, you can play the next gen games at 1080p at 60 FPS. And, you know, you get the whole Game Pass and whatnot, all that nonsense or whatever. So it's interesting. I think that I like how the cheaper versions of both consoles both sort of target different things. If Xbox also did the Xbox One S, right, discless at $400, right? That would be kind of weird.
I think Alex brought up, one of you brought up a good point. I don't know. I don't remember who it was. Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you can play it off your phone. Okay, maybe that's a little too significant of a change in experience. Wait, is Game Pass on PlayStation? Like, I am so confused about this Game Pass.
There's PlayStation Now. Wait, no, Game Pass is Xbox.
Game Pass is Xbox.
Yes.
I remember there were some rumors about Game Pass coming to Nintendo. Is that...
There was a rumor on that.
Yeah,
there's been
rumors,
no talk of that.
Okay,
so
Game Pass is
Game Pass coming
exclusive.
to PC. There's Game Pass on PC.
Okay, got it.
Oh, we didn't talk about one last thing. We didn't talk about the Sony, their new, what's it called?
Plus Collection?
Plus Collection, yes. So if you're a PS Plus subscriber, you're going to get a new thing on the PS5 where you essentially get all the greatest hits from PS4 for free on PS5 as long as you're a subscriber. You know, it's got your Last of Us remastered, it's got
Knack
your
1,
Uncharted.
Knack 2.
It does not have Knack on it, so, you know, they can't give you all the goodies, okay? You know, there's some things missing, like there's no...
That stays in the vault.
They're saving that. They're saving that for the digital collection. That's only going to be available for a couple days.
You gotta buy it or you're gonna lose it. And it's gonna sell millions, because it's only gonna be up for 3 days.
The Knack bundle.
The Knack bundle. I like it. So PlayStation's kind of doing like a, hey Xbox, you got this Game Pass where we're gonna do all of our things even better. You get them for free as long as you're a PS Plus subscriber, right? Because Xbox Live is different than Game Pass, I'm pretty sure. I think you can maybe bundle it, but...
To be fair, this is after PlayStation botched PlayStation Now for a couple years.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. Where are we headed? I derailed the train and now I'm trying to...
I don't know, we're talking about prices for a bit, we're talking about marketing strategy.
Talking about marketing strategy. I don't know, maybe that's where we're gonna end. Maybe I just think personally, and I've already said this multiple times, but I think they all kind of fit their own little spots, right?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty even footing in terms of the consoles, so I don't think you're gonna go wrong getting either one at this point. And whatever model you end up choosing, you'll probably be satisfied with what you're getting.
And, you know, Xbox people are going to bring up, Xbox is the same price as PS5, but Xbox has more giga...
It's the more powerful console.
Yeah, it's the world... Confirmed, it's the world's most powerful console. So
all the flops.
It's got all the flops. Anywho, we're going to do a quick little recap of both kind of launches, and, you know, stop me, you know, at any time to just talk about it. But I just wanted to recap for both us and the listeners to sort of like, you know, what's coming down the pipe for these games, right? So we'll talk about launch titles. For Xbox, I found a mixed bag, right? Like third party and first party. Mm-hmm. For PS5, I just have the exclusives that like are new games. So Xbox has Valhalla, Assassin's Creed, the new Destiny 2 thing, Beyond Light, Dirt 5, Gears Tactics, Tetris Effect Connected, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. And then PS5, just on the first party side, has Destruction All-Stars. If you guys remember that game.
Nope.
That was the car game, I think it was. In like the arena.
Okay. Like a battle royale?
No, not like battle royale, but like, I don't know how to you just have to watch it again. We got Spider-Man, which was it confirmed launch title? I heard it was still launch window, but I also heard some clarification saying it is a launch title.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, recent blog post, Sony has confirmed Miles Morales will be a launch game and cost $50. Okay, so that's a launch title. Astro's Playroom, Demon Souls Remake, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. That's
my number one pick.
That's your number one pick?
Dude, I want Sackboy.
Alright, and so that's the launch titles. If we go into the coming in the next year down the pipeline, surprisingly Xbox is a lot more stacked. And for these ones, I'm including exclusives only. Mm-hmm. With the caveat that Xbox is PC as well. but console exclusive to these games. So Xbox has Halo Infinite. Okay, I said year down the pipeline. Fable's on this list. That is not on you. Potentially like 1 or 2 years down the pipeline. That could be like 5 years from now. But State of Decay 3, Forza Motorsport. Tristan, I was expecting a little Forza yell out right there.
Oh yeah, Forza.
There you go. Everwild, which is that rare game that we saw last month. Avowed, which is the RPG from Obsidian that we saw last month. As Dusk Falls, Psychonauts 2, Stalker 2, Tetris Effect Connected, which is a launch game, The Gunk, which was that game from the SteamWorld people, The Medium, Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Crossfire X, and Scorn.
I forgot about Crossfire X.
I did
oh my
too.
god.
Wow.
Remedy's doing that game.
Yeah,
The studio that Tristan was going to go get a job at. You going to work on...
I thought that was Santa Monica. Or
no, but
maybe
you
it was
also
both.
you posted that Remedy job.
Yeah, everyone's hiring.
It's true.
Crossfire.
COVID's a booming. All right, so that's what we've got for Xbox. That's pretty solid, honestly. Like, that's a lot more games than I feel the Xbox One X had come out for in like 5 years.
Sure feels like it, but I wasn't probably paying a whole lot of attention back then to it.
They had like Sea of Thieves. That's like the only game I can...
Yeah, that's the only one I recall.
We Happy
and then it
Few,
came
and
out.
that one bombed
Yeah.
really badly. I can't even think of any more. All right, and then we go on to PS5. We've got Final Fantasy 16, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Demon Souls, Project Athia, Returnal, which is the other game that I hate the title of, Sackboy's Big Adventure,
Yeah.
Astro Playroom, Destruction All-Stars, and this one, I didn't know it was PS5 exclusive, Godfall. I thought that was going to be multi-console. But no, that one's PS5 exclusive.
Oh,
Godfall's the hack and slash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Gearbox game.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what we've got for PS5 coming down the pipe. That's a pretty solid lineup too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's kind of ironic though. The one I'm looking forward to most is probably Yakuza Like a Dragon, third-party
Did
title.
they confirm that's coming to PS5? Have they said anything on that?
It should be, or I would imagine it has to. I don't know why they would skip out on the PS5.
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the sales numbers are for the Yakuza games on every console.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It'd have to be higher on Sony because that's where they started out. So
Yeah. And I mean, you know, regardless of like install base, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the big game I'm looking forward to out of any of those, which is ironically not even a title you need a next-gen console for, so...
It's true. But if you had it on next gen, it would probably you know, max settings, right? Put that thing at 60 FPS.
Yeah, if I
good.
didn't have like a good gaming PC, yeah, a next-gen console would probably be enticing to play Like a Dragon.
We haven't even touched on that subject when we talked about the prices. This is literally like a gaming PC with like an RTX 2070 for $500. And that graphics card on its own costs $500.
Yeah, basically you've cut out any kind of most personal computer function just to optimize for gaming only.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and
yeah.
Random side note, but I've heard people were saying, oh, you know, NVIDIA cut the cost of their new graphics card lineup by a lot because they wanted to sync AMD. And a lot of the tech talkers were like, no, NVIDIA actually did that because they're not fighting against AMD right now. They're fighting against consoles, right? They need PC gamers to keep buying graphics cards. So they're like, oh, you know that Xbox that's launching for $500 that used to be as strong as a 2070? Well, guess what? Now this 3070 that's the same price, $500, is now 50% stronger than a 2070. And it's like, oh. So, that's interesting. What else we got here? Oh, and, you know, none of these lists above include, you know, when it talked about launch titles, like, there's a lot of free upgrades coming to next gen. One of the first ones, I assume, if you don't have a PC, is anyone who buys Cyberpunk is immediately going to start playing that on a next-gen console.
Yeah, and what about people who own Control?
You can buy it again.
It's just not possible.
The technology's
the tech
not there.
is not there, except for when it is temporarily.
Get it before it leaves the Remedy Vault.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The Remedy Vault. Oh, no.
I was just going to say that I was like reminiscing back on the PS4 launch year, because I picked that up launch day, right?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And this feels a lot more comforting than having Killzone.
You don't like Killzone Shadowfall?
Yeah,
as your
definitely.
launch?
Killzone Shadowfall. Knack 1, which is a masterpiece, so, sure.
Saved the launch single-handedly.
Save the console.
Yeah.
And Need for Speed Ghost. Rivals?
No.
I forget which one it was called.
No, do not say that word. That word's banned.
And then I think the games that I bought post launch in the first year probably were like Metal Gear Ground Zeroes.
Oh, God.
That's the only really big one that I remember buying. Call of Duty Ghost.
If it wasn't on PC, and not only that, I hope they do it, is Capcom should do a free Monster Hunter World upgrade to PS5. That would be a nice gesture.
I've been wondering that if they're going to move it up. Yeah.
Or either they're just already building the next game, right? That could be the other thing.
World 2?
I'll take it. Take all my money. We might find out tomorrow, by the way, if Nintendo has their own new Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what they do with that. If it's more like the handheld titles.
Yeah.
Can I make one more comment about PS4? Because it like literally just happened.
This is next gen talk, man. You have your suit on, the helmet is on, the pants are on, the jockstrap is ready to go.
So Sony explicitly said people will have so much advance notice about the pre-orders going up. Everyone's gonna get one. Don't worry, Timmy, just chill out. It'll be fine. Everyone's gonna get one. And then today, they're like, pre-orders are gonna open tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, randomly, pre-orders start opening. Best Buy, not Amazon, Target, Walmart. Twitter was on fire.
I'm glad that you brought it up, because I wasn't gonna check any news sites for pre-order related. After Keighley, the god of gaming, said, confirmed, no pre-orders until tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was like, I can just wait.
Let me get all my push notifications set up. Maybe I'll wake up at 4 a.m. It'll be a little bit of,
I got Twitter news correspondent Tristan Jung. I don't need push notifications, okay?
No, but I do feel bad because I think PST time, it was like roughly when work got out. Luckily, I didn't have meetings at the end of the day, so I was able to... maybe it was the gods. This was meant for me. I usually have meetings all day. But a lot of people are really frustrated that pre-orders opened like while work was kind of still going on, or, they were doing childcare duties. So there were a lot of angry tweets on my timeline.
What if tomorrow you're like you get that email from that sign up they had and it's like, pre-order yours today, or it's like, we ran out of stock, but you were selected. Congratulations. Bye.
Yeah. It kind of sucks. Like, Microsoft, their like price got leaked and all that. I mean, it still remains to be seen on how their pre-order is going to happen, but at least they said, hey, it's going to be like the 22nd. Don't worry. Meanwhile, Sony's just like blindly shooting into the air.
So anyway.
I
started blasting.
To start pre-ordering.
All right. We're running out of time for today, so we'll bring up, we'll bring it up now because I don't think you guys are that excited. We had a Ubisoft Forward event that happened.
I didn't even know that happened.
That happened.
Yeah. I heard nothing about anything that was in it, so I imagine
I'm going to roll through it real quick. We had Division 2, new update. We had Far Cry VR, which is kind of cool. We had Roller Champions, Ghost Recon Breakpoint update, a lot of updates. Crew 2, Agos, a Game of Space, which is a VR game, which is kind of cool. The biggest announcement, Just Dance 2021.
Yeah.
For Honor update. All right, here's the actual announcement. There's 2 announcements that we're going to talk about real quick. So we talked last time at the August one, I think it was. I said is Gods and Monsters going to come out. Are we going to hear anything about that? And that game got renamed. It's now called Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I think is a horrible name.
Mm-hmm. They've
described it as Breath of the Wild meets mythology and like RPG stuff. And I thought it looked pretty cool. Alex saw it too, right? Did you see that? I forget.
Did I see it?
Were you watching it?
I might have saw it.
This is the Viewport Gaming Podcast where we don't watch the news, but we talk about it.
I didn't see the latest Ubisoft forward, but
honestly, I didn't even know it happened.
Okay, so we'll talk about it more if we have thoughts. But last one was Prince of Persia remake confirmed, Sands of Time.
All right, that's a cool game from back in the day.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal coming back?
He is not. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. The graphics don't look amazing, but
it's just kind of phoned in.
It's remake, remaster. But like it's not like Prince of Persia versus Demon Souls. It's a whole different level.
Not quite that level.
It's a whole different level.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's a couple other games that you guys aren't going to want. Well, Watch Dogs Legion. I know some people are hyped on that.
I'm hyped. I want to recruit my grandma.
All right. Is she going to buy you a PS5 in the game and accidentally get you a PS5 discless?
Yeah.
Do you think Sam Fisher's going to be in that game too?
I hope.
Wait, Sam Fisher got released in Siege already?
I do. Yeah, I actually saw that. I have no idea what he does in that game.
He shoots a camera into a wall that can see on the other side. It's kind of lame, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds kind of...
It's like niche. Bad wall hacks.
Yeah, it's like... Sam Fisher is basically your trump card to do, like, the coolest thing ever. And they waste it on this small ability.
His ability is that he should be able to shoot out lights. So it makes it dark, just like in the Splinter Cell games, where half the time you're just shooting out light bulbs. Anywho, that's what we had from Ubisoft. Still kind of looking they got some cool games, but, it's kind of like your casual run-of-the-mill Ubisoft games are still coming. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was definitely no Be Gone Good and Evil, so...
Yep, until we get more news on that.
Until then, I sleep.
Until we get, like, some other Rabbids crossover game with a Nintendo friend, like frickin' Metroid Cross Rabbids.
Metroid, yeah. Might as well bring Metroid back with Rabbids.
Dude, I would see, like... What type of game would that be?
A dance game.
Yeah, my god. A rhythm game.
I danced to Brine Star.
Just Dance Metroid Cross Rabbids. You heard it here first.
Is that what it's called? Brinstar?
It's Brinstar. Yeah, there's no E.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Albert? Just Dance Metroid Cross Rabbids.
I put it in the book of hot takes.
That's not even a hot take. That's just...
Cool. That's one of our yearly ideas that's going to come up in the end of the podcast.
I can't wait to buy that on Wii.
Oh boy. It's going to use the new heart rate sensor, right? The vitality sensor from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. That's all we've got. This is recorded on a Wednesday this time, and tomorrow there's going to be a Nintendo Mini Direct, so it'll probably be talked about next podcast.
We never catch a break, huh? We push this a day to capture the Sony stuff, and Nintendo's ha ha ha, we'll push ours by another day.
If we record tomorrow, N-Gage is going to be like, the N-Gage 2 is coming... announcement coming on Friday, and
it's back.
Nintendo's gonna come out with the Direct. We have our new Switch hardware version 2. It's a collaboration with Sony. We're bringing it back, and we're gonna have missed all of that in this episode.
Yep. Everyone's gonna be in the dark,
and you have to buy it within the next 6 hours before it goes into the Nintendo vault. That's what it feels like when you have to buy their freaking like the NES Classic controllers. Is you have 14 minutes until it goes into the sold out vault, and then it'll never come back.
Oh, I kind of want to name this episode The Vault. We've had so many good uses of that meme.
The other one that Tristan knows is Ring Fit Adventure. You have 6 minutes to get it before it sells out and goes into the 6 months again vault.
Hey, to be honest, I feel like this group has not screwed up on pre-orders in a very long time.
No, we're on point. Tristan Jung saves us. Alrighty, everyone. That wraps it up for episode 57 of Viewport Relay. Viewport Relay is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. But if you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But Tristan, why Viewport Gaming?
Viewport really is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can find all Viewport content at viewportgaming.com.
Thank you, Tristan. And as always, I've been your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung,
Goodbye.
Alex Nestor.
Oh.
And if you don't catch this episode within the next 10 minutes, it's going into the Viewport Vault.
I gotta remove it. I just gotta delete it after tomorrow.
Yep.
Got only 2 days.
See you next time.